What's a small inconvenience curse that would drive somebody insane? You'll get zapped by one door handle every day. Never the same one, but you will get zapped. Had this at work once. The carpets were super powerful static generators. Even the water from the tap would zap you. You could make the water stream bend towards your hand. I was so glad when we moved offices. Everything electronic makes a random beep at a random interval. For no apparent reason. But only when alone. A friend of mine bought a really simple yet devilish device. It was an annoying piezo buzzer attached to a timer that went off randomly anywhere between 30 seconds and like an hour apart. So it would beep in the manager's office. The manager would eventually get annoyed but have trouble tracking it down because it was so random in the time interval. He'd get up, look around, eventually give up, and it would beep again. It was the best week of work ever. The crew lounge looked across the bay at the office, so we all got a good laugh. Especially once the cursing started. A work buddy of mine made one of these for our mechanic shop. He get all of us at one time or another with it. Always good for a laugh. Always hearing water drip and never being able to find the source. Let me introduce you to a similar curse called tinnitus that's been haunting me for 20 years. May your mouse cursor be off by half a centimeters. Always in a new direction. That's fucking evil. And frighteningly easy to do. Show me this power. Whenever they type the word "the" it always comes out as 10 and they have to go back to correct it. Oh, I have this curse. I'm afflicted with this curse on several words. Which one of you all cursed me? Every time they want to sneeze, they get stuck in that limbo mode for an extra long time where the sneeze is right there about to come out, but it won't. Sometimes for seconds, sometimes for minutes, sometimes for hours. Whoa, there's Satan. At random intervals into an ice hot shower. The water will go ice cold. Does not matter where they shower. It always happens at least once. My shower did that for a month until I realized I needed to replace the trapper in my crapper. Edit. I'm aware it's a flapper, not a trapper in my crapper. Slow Wi-Fi, but it gets slower every time you reset it. God is dead. That they always have, or feel like they have, sand in their shoe, or a hair in their eye. Both those things are the first thing I thought of too. May their socks always be just a little damp, in one small spot, rarely the same spot, and it applies to every pair they put on, even if it's fresh from the dryer. You monster. I view that as a compliment, considering the topic at hand. Your asshole is now insanely itchy at random times throughout the day and there is nothing you can do about it except wait for the itchiness to pass. Till I'm cursed. Either you have worms or you're not wiping effectively. I'd look into it. Edit. Never, though my most upvoted comment would be an unintentional joke about looking into someone's butthole. I made the bed and now I have to sleep in it. Every stoplight they approach turns red before they can make it through the intersection. You're the devil, Ricky Bobby. Only one side of every pair of earbuds/headphones you have works perfectly. The other side turns on and off every 15 seconds. This already happens to me. What the hell did I do to you? You looked at me weirdly in church. You're what? Every load of laundry they do, they lose one sock. And it will always be from a new pair. Ouch. And I thought my idea was nasty. 07. But isn't that already something that happens all the time? Every 100th click they make on a computer accidentally closes the tab they were working on. I accidentally close tabs all the time. Ctrl plus shift plus T restores your last closed tab in most browsers. It's a lifesaver. Plot twist. The closed tab on every 100th click clears the page from history, so Ctrl plus shift plus T opens the previously closed tab instead. Shit. It's nothing. Mom. The milk always moves to the back corner of the fridge. And the pickles, ketchup, mustard, and mayo move in front of it. Guess I will give mayo cornflakes a try. I actually gagged on the mayo. Someone asked a similar question yesterday about harmless haunting. I didn't respond to that. But I offer this. Unseen spider webs. I used to hike a lot back when I was younger and nothing drove me crazier than walking into an unseen spider web on the trail. It's not just the annoying fact that you now have spider silk all over and around you. but it's also how ridiculous you look to others when you get tangled up in it. You look like an absolute dipshit, arms flailing, spitting stuff out of your mouth, your eyes all squinted shut. It's awful. But to have this all over your home, or climbing into your car each time you have to go somewhere, this would drive a person completely bonkers. I think. At least it would me. I'd just go nuts. They get hiccups every time they take a phone call. Wouldn't affect me at all. Holy F, that made me laugh. That was perfect. Nice. Every time they need to take an epic dump at work, someone walks into the bathroom. Or, when they need to go to the bathroom, someone else made an epic dump just right before they enter, and the seat is still warm and slightly wet. Could you not? They only have non-dominant hands. Ambidextrous. I'm ambidextrous. It's when both hands are equally terrible at doing things. So there was a guy I played basketball with that shot with both hands, claiming he was ambidextrous, but he really sucked at shooting. So I always said he was actually antidextrous. This is my first time seeing somebody else use this word. Well done. They will always fart loud and hard whenever there is a moment of silence. I did this at church during a funeral. Man, I hope someone rips one at my funeral. Farts are hilarious, and I'd rather have people laughing than crying. Gotta figure out a way to write this into my will. I bequeath $2,000 to nephew Ralph on the condition he farts loudly at the quietest, most inopportune moment of my service. This agreement shall remain secret between my estate and Ralph at all costs. Every time they go to take the trash rubbish out, the bottom of the bag splits, preferably over carpet. Oh, I get a free carpet every time I take out the trash. It will be just the one carpet. It will appear just as the bag splits, but disappear before you can clean it. The only other time it will ever appear is when you have guests over, so everyone can see your trash carpet. It will still evade all cleaning attempts. Their ears are always plugged. This reminds me, when my ears were severely plugged for 3 days straight, I had started contemplating suicide. Forever will be way too much. I know that feel. It happens to me about once per year, since 5 years ago. Absolute hell. Sometimes it clears up by itself after 2 days. Sometimes I have to visit a doctor to clean it out. May you always feel a pebble under your left foot, but when you look it is never there. #TIL I'm cursed. Every time they pick up an object, they drop it. The object doesn't break, and they don't drop it again after picking it up. Just the initial time. Edit. I figured I'd add that not breaking doesn't apply to objects that would definitely break. Just that objects breaking isn't specifically part of the curse. The curse also only applies to inanimate objects. This is me. I'm constantly dropping things and bumping into furniture and door frames. Literally everything you say is taken the wrong way. I feel like I've been afflicted with this for at least a decade. Edit. As someone who struggles to connect with others, I'm flabbergasted by the replies that blame being married / their spouse for feeling this way. You had the freedom to pick a partner, something I would give my left titty to have, and chose someone who makes you feel this way. What you feel is no way similar to how I feel. Every time they drink a liquid it immediately becomes room temperature. Trying to drink a hot cup of coffee in the morning, bam, room temperature. Want to enjoy an ice cold beer on a hot summer day? Nope, that beer is warm and foamy. I would probably appreciate that more than hate it. Lol. Hot drinks instantly drinkable? Yes please. Loophole for the cold drinks. Drink 'em in a cold room. You get a paper cut every 100th time you touch paper. Reading books is going to be a nightmare. At this point you buy a candle with that unique smell of paper and an e-reader. Every time they get on the interstate the person in front of them coasts down the on-ramp instead of using it to enter the interstate at speed. Pure evil. A curse that does nothing. They hear a voice say they're cursed, and it doesn't do anything. That way they spend all of their time worrying about what the curse could be, until they eventually cause their own problems and blame it on the curse. Pretty sure that's just anxiety in that case. What did I ever do to you?